Stop everything and look at the map of North America. For over a century, the border between the US and Canada was the quietest, most predictable line in global trade. Canada was the loyal warehouse, supplying the timber, the oil, and the metals that built the American century at a permanent discount. But today, April 9th, 2026, that warehouse has been padlocked. Under the direction of Prime Minister Mark Carney, Canada is no longer accepting the role of a secondary player. The dismissive attitude from the Trump administration has finally met its match. Carney, a man who knows the plumbing of global finance better than any politician in Washington, has just hit the code red button. The first move? A surgical strike on certified green aluminum. It's not a symbolic gesture. It is the first shot in a war for strategic self-determination. Let's look at the raw, brutal data hitting the tickers today. Aluminum prices have surged to a staggering $3,500 per ton, a level not seen in 4 years. Why? Because the world is in a structural deficit, but specifically Canada, which provides nearly 70% of U.S. primary aluminum, has allowed the price of green or low-carbon aluminum to surge by 50% this month alone. This isn't an accident. It's a reaction to the 50% tariffs Trump imposed on metals back in June 2025. Carney isn't begging for an exemption anymore. He is pricing in the risk. For U.S. food and beverage giants like Coca-Cola and PepsiCo, this is a death blow to their margins. These companies move billions of cans annually. Internal modeling suggests that even a fractional increase in aluminum input translates into hundreds of millions of dollars in added costs. They are trapped between a firm Canadian supplier and an American consumer already exhausted by inflation. Why can't Coca-Cola just buy cheaper aluminum from elsewhere? The answer is ESG and regulatory rigidity. In 2026, dirty aluminum, the kind produced with coal power, is effectively illegal for major global brands. Investors, regulators, and consumers demand low-carbon certification. Canada holds the ultimate trump card, a production system powered by massive, state-owned hydroelectric grids. This infrastructure took decades to build and cannot be replicated. By asserting pricing authority over this scarce resource, Canada is applying pressure exactly where substitution is impossible. Buyers cannot bypass these requirements without risking massive regulatory penalties or brand damage. Canada isn't just selling metal. It is selling the right to exist in a green global economy, and the price of that right just went up. But Carney's move goes deeper than just pricing. In a shocking move that left Washington reeling, Carney has opened the door to strategic realism. While the U.S. pushes for total decoupling from China, Carney has just signed a deal in Beijing to lower tariffs on Canadian agricultural goods in exchange for Chinese EV access. This is the Code Red strategy. Carney is signaling to the White House that Canada has other options. If the U.S. wants to weaponize the USMCA and treat Canada like a 51st state, Canada will pivot to the east and the north. By joining the EU's SAFE initiative and the Arctic 6 alliance, Canada is securing its financial future away from the volatile trade wars of the White House. The quiet neighbor is now a global broker. The real impact is psychological. For decades, the U.S. assumed Canada would absorb any pressure. That assumption is now dead. The move on green aluminum has proven that Canada is willing to walk away from unfair relationships. The benefits at home are already being felt. Higher margins on aluminum exports are capturing value that previously leaked into the U.S. economy. This is funding Canadian healthcare, infrastructure, and a new strategic response fund. We are seeing a national reorientation, away from volume and toward value. For the first time, Canada is behaving like a rule-shaping nation, not a rule-taking colony. We are now in the final countdown to the July 2026 USMCA review. The U.S. is fragmented, industry groups are panicking, and the Biden-era friend-shoring is being replaced by Carney's sovereign-shoring. The question for you is, will the U.S. realize the limits of its leverage before the supply chain breaks? Or will Carney's $3,500 strike lead to a total fracture of the North American economy? Leave a comment below. Is it time for Canada to stop being the fallback option? Subscribe for more fact-based global analysis